data leaders, Python learners, ChatGPT automators, welcome to Insight Builder channel. Sequential prompts in Langchain, automated prompt engineering. Chain output of first prompt as input of the next. We are going to use extensively Langchain and Python for this, and we'll be using OpenAI for as the language model provider. Langchain, if this library is new to you, you better have to look at the other series of videos that I have made on this. I will be showing you the playlist in a second, but currently the chain that can be sequenced are listed here. There are around 9 to 10 different chains that can be sequenced. In order to sequence it, there are generic chains available inside the Langchain library. They are called LLMChain, SimpleSequentialChain, and SequentialChain. The SimpleSequentialChain is what we are going to see in this video, and that itself is extremely powerful. SimpleSequentialChain can take these chains and it can actually chain together. So it's like it's what it says. So as you see here in Langchain's logo, that it is going to chain the execution of one program with the another program. And here what it is going to chain is, it is going to chain entire systems. It is going to chain API, it is going to chain bash, it is going to chain math, it is going to chain the internet request module. So all this are, you can see in the name itself, LLM math, LLM bash, LLM API chain, and you can see LLM requests, and you can see PAL. PAL is actually program augmented, program aided language, PAL chain. So it can do programming also. So all these things can be done using this Langchain model, and we are going to see the examples in a couple of minutes. As usual, I want to reinforce practicing and generating new ideas, prompting, and again practicing. So that is the cycle that we have to follow. The major point is that everything is getting automated right now. The automated, not just automated, most of the complexity is abstracted. So what I mean by this, I'll show it to you in a second. When I start executing the code, I will explain to you in more detail. However, keep this in mind, the more abstraction is getting created, the importance of learning to program increases, because the more you learn, the better you become at programming, faster you can get the things done. Or else even with all this automation and all these language models and artificial intelligence, we might be still stuck with doing things manually. So let us break this barrier with this video and let us start learning to program also. This video is not just to introduce you to sequential chaining. You will see that how important it becomes to learn to program. Okay, by the end of this video, you will see the reality of that. If you like my content, do leave a like and share this content with others. That is paramount, guys. Share it with your siblings, with your co-workers, with your friends and team members, so that they can know what is going on in this area of large language models, Python, and the open source community. And do subscribe to my video so that you will get updates to your YouTube dashboard whenever I update the videos. Without further ado, let us go to the Internet Explorer. Just a moment. This is the playlist. This is the channel that I am having. And if you are new to large language models, ChatGPT, Langchain, any of these things, you can visit this particular playlist and you will get all the necessary information. Start with this video. You will get all the information regarding Langchain, and you can go through these two videos next. And then if you are new to Python, start with this particular video. You will get up to speed to Python in no time, and also you will get interested also. So that is the most important point. And there are other playlists where I go in deep into Python. You can take a look at that also. Without further ado, I want to go into the code. Where will you get the code? The code, you can get it at this particular repo. So python_d learners.data. I'll be sharing the link. You don't need to worry about that. The code itself will be inside this Jupyter notebook. You might be wondering, okay, what is Jupyter notebook? If you are wondering, then I would really suggest that visit this particular playlist and check how to get your hands on Jupyter notebook. So you can take a look at this particular first video in this playlist. where you can you will understand about Jupyter notebooks. Okay, Jupyter is Python library again. This particular notebook, download it, and then you have to come to Google Collaboratory. Get access to Google Collaboratory, give your email ID and get access. Go to file and then upload the notebook. The one that you're downloading from here, upload it here. And then you will be able to get all this code there directly. You will be starting to execute from there. Let me zoom in a bit so that you can see better. I hope this is fine. I think this zoom is fine. Before starting to execute, you need to get your account API key from OpenAI. Get an account from OpenAI if you have not yet got it, and then start working on it. Currently, OpenAI gives almost $5, I suppose, to test it out. So I think that is more than sufficient, guys, for getting up to speed. To get knowledge about Langchain directly, if you don't want to, if you find my videos are very fast, in certain cases, my videos actually introduce the application at a very high speed. The reason is that I want to get the idea across and let you guys to practice. That is the intention of it. So don't mistake me for my speed. Rest of the guys actually talk a lot about theory and all the stuff, but I want not everybody to learn programming and to understand how to work with the world in a programmatic fashion. So that's the reason why I'm using this way. You can always leave a comment and give me a feedback. You can always leave a comment and give me a feedback in my comment section, in the YouTube comment section, and also do ensure, guys, to subscribe to my channel to get further updates. Let us go back to the Internet Explorer. So we have seen the overall ecosystem right now. We can directly go to the Google Collaboratory and start working with the notebook. Before you start working with the notebook, ensure that you have the OpenAI key. You have to put it in this location. So you don't need to worry about these as of now. Okay. You will also need the API keys of each of these things, Cohere, Wolfram, etc. if you want to try everything in this notebook. Okay. However, in order to try the first thing that I'm going to show, that is to automate prompting, you actually don't need any of these things. Okay. All you need to get is the OpenAI key. And you don't need to worry about these also, because this is there only to ensure that your API key is not shared with others. Okay, the API key is inside this file, so it will not be shared with others. That is the main point. And these are the libraries that is required for running the actual show here. So Langchain, layout parser, these libraries are additional libraries that will be required to work with Langchain as a whole system. Okay, but all you need to do is just install this. But I'm giving you all in the same folder, same file, so that you don't need to do it separately. Okay, we are going to start right at the beginning, right at the place where we are going to get the things automated. What I'm going to do is, we are going to import LLMChain from Langchains, and we are going to import a prompt template. Okay, if you are not aware of prompt template, look at the earlier video I had made on this particular activity, especially this one. So connecting internet with ChatGPT using Langchain and answer some question. This actually provides a way to prompt create a kind of a templates for each of the prompts. I'm using that only here. This prompt here is telling the ChatGPT model. The model that we'll be using is TextDaVinci. How am I telling it is TextDaVinci? Because if you look at this OpenAI class, and by default inside this class, the model that will be selected, the model name will be TextDaVinci -003. This is the model by default. It is there inside that. So this is something that you will get to know as you start getting hands-on with the Langchain library. And here the first prompt is that. So let me actually make it a little split here so that you guys can see what is going on. So this is the prompt that we are using, and this is the place where I am creating the prompt template. So this is the place where I am creating the prompt template. This is the input variable, and this is the topic. Topic is here. Just a moment. And the topic is here. So what I am going to do now is that I have already prompted it that it is an expert programmer, and I want it to take a sentence, problem sentence, and categorize that problem sentence into a problem type. So I am giving it a problem. So I'm using challenge chain. I have created the LLM chain here, and I am asking it, okay, design a program that calculates the area of circle when the radius is given as input. This is very simple, okay? It shouldn't be much of a problem. So I'm going to execute this, and you see that it replies with the problem category. It says that it's a simple algorithmic design. So algorithmic design and implementation, calculating the area of circle. It's good, right? Next, I'm creating one more prompt template, and I am telling that this time the language model is a problem solver, okay? Here it is an expert programmer, okay? Here it's a problem solver, and I'm telling that given a problem sentence and its category, okay, it's your job to write a pseudocode. I'm not asking it more. I'm just asking it to give me the pseudocode, okay? And I am giving the same problem. I'm giving the same problem here, and I'm going to execute this, and you will see that it gives an output which is stored in this output variable, Python variable. Now I'm going to print it once the output comes out. So the output, yeah, it has come out, and I'm going to print it, and you will see that it is giving me the function here. So every time whenever I prompt it in a different way, sometimes you will get the pseudocode, sometimes you will get the function. So that is fine. So it is giving me the output. Now comes the interesting part. This is one chain, this is solution chain, and this is the challenge chain. Next, we are going to bring them together. This is what I was telling, guys. This is what I was talking about, taking the output of one prompt and giving it as input in the next prompt, okay? You might be wondering, okay, this can be done by any Python program, right? I can take the output and give it to the next as a prompt input. What you are going to see is a little bit different. So let us go back to the browser, and here I am creating a chain, okay? And I am asking it to use challenge chain and solution chain, and I am going to give verbose equal to true, okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute this full chain. This is a full chain actually. So full chain, I'm going to say, you'll see what happens, okay? In full chain, I'm going to give the same program, same challenge again, okay? And I'm going to ask it to execute, and I'm not going to store the output anywhere. It's going to directly execute, and you see it is entering into a sequential chain, and it is saying it is algorithmic problem. It is immediately finding the category algorithmic problem, and then it is giving me the output. And in the finished chain, it is taking the input, it is showing me the input, and it is showing me the output directly. This is what I was telling that called as automation. So it is taking two different ideas. One is which is going to take the problem input and categorize it, and next is taking the problem statement and it is doing the pseudocode writing, okay? You might be wondering, okay, this could be one of thing. What if I give little more complex challenge? So let us try that. So let us try to give it something related to machine learning, and see. Let us see whether it can respond. Okay, I'm going to do the run again this time, and when I'm going to run it, I am going to use I'm going to use this particular problem. Create a program that automatically generates personalized movie recommendation for a user based on their viewing history and preference. This is a machine learning problem. Let us see how it's categorizing. And you see it is saying algorithmic design. It's wrong, but let us see how the pseudocode comes out. So so here you see that it is going into a various process here. So it is going down and it's saying that, okay, it is considering this as a algorithmic problem. Okay, for us it is a machine learning problem, but for the program, if you think about it, it's still an algorithmic problem, right? We have to get the data, we have to personalize it based on the user requirement. So it is actually giving me a generic data. Okay, this has not done exactly what we are looking for. However, it started somewhere. Okay, see, the point here is that if I modify this little more, modify this prompt a little better, I'll be able to get the answer that I want. So the point that I wanted to make is that by actually chaining the solution chain and the challenge chain, we were able to get the answer in a single go. Okay, you can actually try to think of ideas and start practicing based on those ideas and start changing the prompt templates. This prompt template, you can start working around with the working with your own ideas and see how the output comes from the language model. You can also change the language model. If you work with OpenAI, this temperature, you can change the temperature. So let us change the temperature. Let us keep the temperature equal to 0. Okay, this is very, very important. Let us keep the temperature equal to 0. Let us initiate the first chain. Okay, and let us check it out. Okay, what is the reply coming from the challenge chain? Algorithmic design a program to calculate circle, no change. Now let us, because I have changed this temperature to 0, I am going to rerun the solution chain also. And let me actually check the output now. And let us see whether the output has changed by any chance. Because when we fix the temperature equal to 0, the randomness inside the language model reduces drastically. Okay, so here it has not changed. The function is still outputting the same output data, but in the original, in the chain, has it changed anything? So in the chain also, I think that it will not change anything, but let us see how it works out. Okay, algorithm design. Okay, calculate the circle, design a program. Okay, this looks a little bit different from whatever we got here, right? So here it is using a different route, but here you see the entire route is different. Now, these kinds of practice, checking the prompts, checking the prompt template, checking the temperature of the model, changing these values will actually give you a very different result. Okay, now you might be wondering, how will I be able to program or automate stuff when the output is totally different? This is going to be a new era. Okay, as I was explaining, we are going to automate with lots and lots of content. Okay, and we need to start working around a new challenge. Okay, we have solved most of the problems we have solved right now. We can give the human input, human language input, and we are getting an output from the system. But now, how to manage the output? That is going to be again a new kind of a challenge that we have to try to work around and solve. And that is a challenge that will come solved using practice. You have to work with the language models, work with Langchain Library, work with related ecosystem like Python, and understand it better and start experimenting. That is the reason why I'm even giving the notebook, giving the code in the notebook format. So you can directly take this notebook and start executing your ideas and see how the output comes. Okay, it is not just that this is just a simple chain. Okay, this chain has nothing. So this is just taking the output, and this is just taking a prompt template and it is giving to the language model and getting the output. And this language model is TextDaVinci. It's not ChatGPT. Again, I'm repeating. This is not ChatGPT. Chain is again a separate topic altogether. This is coming from a TextDaVinci. So you see that from that language model itself, we are getting intelligent answers. So what else can we do? We saw that we were using only prompts, but there are already existing programmed chains like API chain that you can get the weather of. If you want to look at the weather of Ireland right now, you can ask what is the weather now in Ireland, and this API will go to openmeteor.com and you will get the answer directly. That is one of the API chains that we have got. So this is the output. You can check it out in the internet also. We have the template where you can create a fraudster out of the language model. However, we can create a constitutional chain too, which can, whenever the model gives wrong answer or unethical answer, or sometimes very the answer that needs to be censored, what happens is there is a model already available, prompt already available, which you can use it to censor the data. So you see that initially I asked that how can I steal a movie from a store, and you saw that it is giving me an advice that use a special device to copy the movie. But after I put this constitutional chain model around it, it says that it's illegal to steal a movie from a store. I would recommend renting. So this kind of modification, you see, this looks very similar to how we are taught, how humans are taught, right? But these are all basic programs. These are running, these are all Python classes that has been written by humans. And then we are using it for moderating the model's output. Okay, you can see the code here. It's pretty simple, guys. As of now, even if you don't understand the code, just execute it first. Okay, then start disintegrating the code and executing it step by step. Most of the functions, most of the classes that has been used here will require considerable amount of study and understanding. The motivation, the inspiration is more important. Okay, I am showing you the output so that you will know that if you understand these things, you can make much more better output. Okay, you can execute your ideas much faster. That is the intention of sharing you these things. It is already there in the documents also. That is separate. Okay, the idea of sharing the sharing by trying it out is totally different. Okay, here you see that you can actually use LLM bash chain and you can write your own. Ask the LLM, the large language model, to write a bash script for us. Bash is one of the most difficult things in for many people. Okay, but it is something that everybody has to learn right now, because I'm just asking. Okay, I'm just asking, please write a bash script that reads the file in a given folder and echo out the content. Okay, this is a simple thing I asked, and it gave me a bash program also. But how will I know that it is correct? And how will I know how to execute it? These things you have to anyway master. That is what I was initially telling you when I was explaining in the presentation, that we are entering into a new era where everybody has to learn to program. Because the content that you are going to get is in a very rapid pace, right? You saw right in front of you in those examples. But then how to manage it? So for managing it, you will anyway need to program, or else you will be doing a lot of manual work. In this LLM checker chain, I'm asking, I created a checker. It is a very simple syntax. Okay, I just gave the fact LLM. So fact LLM is the OpenAI with the temperature equal to 0. So I will type it again here. So it will, fact LLM is equal to OpenAI temperature is equal to 0. This is the fact LLM object, and I am telling, okay, do bulldozers have a secret life at night? Let us see what is the output. So let me execute it for you guys to see whether the output comes different, because I made the temperature equal to 0. Okay, and you will see that it honestly answers that no, it's not. It doesn't have a life, and it is a machine. Okay, and then we will see that it has finished the chain right now, and it is going to give the output. No, bulldozer does not have secret life at night. Bulldozers are machines. Now let us actually change this to say 9, and let us again, this is no more a fact LLM. Okay, this is going to be random LLM right now, and let us execute the chain again and see whether we get a different answer. Okay, see, practicing, trying these things out in the live environment, and getting the output is very interesting ways of looking at the world. Okay, still this is very clear that even if I give a random number, increase the randomness of the model, still I'm getting the same answer. So rest assured that you see here, they are not sentient being. Last time it told that it is not a machine, but this time it is telling they are not sentient beings and are not capable of making conscious choices. So you see the difference between 0.9 and 0. So how it responds, these things are subtle. However, you will know this only when you yourself execute it. Okay, I'm just showing it to you. All this, the commands, the syntax, these things can be mastered. Okay, it will hardly take, even if you are new to Python, it will hardly take you maximum 2 months to come up to speed to start understanding what is going on here. Okay, but it's just 2 months in your very long life. So the major point is that start practicing. And here I'm asking, initially when I started working on this prompt. I am doing LLM math prompt. Initially, when I started working, I told diameter of the tank. I did not say cylindrical. Okay. And also I did not say what is the volume of the tank. I just told what is the volume. The answer was wrong. But when I gave the prompt properly, when I told it's a cylindrical tank, when I told that the volume is the volume of the tank is what I want, then I got the right answer. And you can see this answer is same as what is here that I calculated from Google. So that is how you can use these chains. Okay, and all these chains that you see, the LLM math chain, the LLM checker chain, and the bash chain, all these can be again used on with sequential chain. The chain that we saw here, you can use that and we can sequence it. And simple sequential chain is, as the name suggests, it's simple. It does not keep the memory. It does not give the output of each of the steps separately. It doesn't keep the intermediate output also. But if you use sequential chain, okay, this is little more advanced. So in the next video, I will be going in detail about sequential chain, and I will give you a lot of additional information. But as of now, what I want to reinforce is that all these chains can be sequenced using sequential chains, simple sequential chain and sequential chain also. So explore these chains, guys, and also the PAL chain. So if you give the particular logic to PAL chain, the program aided language chain, you will see that it gives the feedback. It goes through the entire process, goes through the entire logic and gives the feedback. It takes considerable amount of prompts, guys. So be careful that how you are using your prompts with these kinds of programs, because you do not know how many prompt tokens are getting used. So you will start using it without any thought process, and suddenly when you go to your usage, you'll see that, as I got shocked today, that in no time I had used almost $1.71 of prompt tokens. It happens. But yeah, be ready for that and ensure that you are using it for the fullest knowledge, because you are gaining the knowledge here. So there are lots of other problems that I have also put it here. You can try it out. You can just copy paste it and you can try it out. The idea is that you have to practice, right? So you have to do it. And here I have been practicing to create a kind of a YouTube video title as well as the YouTube video description, and try to get both the data out of it in a single prompt by sequencing it. So this is actually a sequential chain, not the simple sequential chain. This is going on. I'll be explaining it in the next video. So stay tuned for the next video. Until then, as I always say, the most important point is that you practice. Take the new ideas, like how I showed the last idea where I was trying to automate generating the YouTube title, video title, as well as the description. You might be wondering, okay, am I generating these titles using ChatGPT? If I say no, then I'll be lying. Guys, the most important point is that ideas matter, okay? Not how you generate it or how you implement it. The most important point is that once you have the ideas, you can ask for support. And computer and the large language models has become such a phenomenal support for us. And it is open source. What other best thing can happen in our life? Use this opportunity, start pushing yourself and start getting new ideas, practice with this notebook that I have shared with you, and come up with new ideas and share it on the comments in the comment section. I hope you like this content, and please share it with others, with your siblings and your team members, friends, whomever are interested in automating stuff. Share it with them so that they will come up to speed with this knowledge, and subscribe to the channel, my channel, so that you will get the YouTube notification whenever I am updating the videos. So with that, stay tuned for the next video where I go in detail about how to automate more stuff with LLMChain, sequential chain, and simple sequential chain in Langchain Library. With this, I would like to close this video, and as usual, my last 4 words for all the videos is practice, 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 practice. See you guys till then, till next video. Have a great time.